Hey guys, in the video today I want to answer a question I got asked pretty often in the last time. How can I lose weight without counting macros? First, I want to give a shout out to my good friend Vegan Unleashed, who has also a YouTube channel and runs this bootcamp. So I will put his link in the description down below. Go and check out his channel. Now back to the topic. Most of the time I got the question how to lose lots of weight without counting macros from people who have lots of weight to lose. So people who are overweight and would like to go back to the normal weight range. In addition, many of these people have become vegan not too long ago, so they have to get used to the vegan diet, which can be a bit confusing at the beginning if you don't know what to eat. And then if you start counting macros and thinking about all the macronutrients and all the numbers you need to hit in addition, it can become just too much for the beginning. Because if I remember when I transitioned to veganism, I think the first month I was just trying to figure out what can I eat, what options are out there. So I wasn't really thinking about my macros. Also, some people who transition to veganism, they fell into this high carbohydrate diet trap, like high fruit vegan diet, because they watch YouTube videos like Freely's videos and start eating tons and tons of carbohydrates. It happened also to one of the persons who wrote me and asked me for help if I can explain what to eat, because this person is overweight and tried to lose weight, and after watching the high carbohydrate vegan videos started eating, I don't know, 30 bananas a day in form of smoothies. But the problem with it is, if you consider that each banana has about 100 calories and you eat 30 bananas a day, these are 3000 calories, which is definitely too much. So if you want to lose weight, you should definitely eat less. And then this person actually started eating like more balanced diet, which is really good, with lots of whole foods, also lots of grains and legumes. But then if you want to lose weight, and especially lots of weight, it isn't very optimal most of the time, because grains and legumes add also lots of carbs to the diet and lots of calories. For this reason, I want to split this video in two parts and give an advice to people who want to lose lots of weight, who are overweight. And in the second part, I will just give a few tips how you can readjust your diet if you don't have too much weight to lose, just to do some small changes that will help you to lose weight. Okay, the first scenario where you need to lose lots of weight. My advice is to eat 3 to 4 meals a day, and each of these meals should contain about 30 grams protein. It isn't too hard to calculate it, because most of the time protein content is just displayed on the packages, so you don't need to worry about overall calories, about carbohydrate, fat and so on. Just pay attention to protein content and reduce your carbohydrate and fat intake as much as possible. Good protein sources would be, of course, protein powder, tofu, tempeh. Tofu and tempeh have some fat, but not like incredibly much. Then all kind of defatted nut flours, also seitan, or also recipes that are based on vital wheat gluten are also good. Then I would reduce carbohydrate content to the minimum, eating not more than a serving per meal. These serving sizes are taken from my meal plan, training plan and recipe package. You can see, for example, that one serving size of starches is about 25 grams of dry starches like oat, quinoa, amaranth, millet, rice or pasta. Then also 30 grams of bread, which is about one slice of bread. Then one serving size of starches you can actually substitute by one serving size of fruits. And one serving size of fruits are like 75 grams of high sugar fruits like bananas, mango, grapes, or 150 grams of medium sugar fruits like apple, pear, pineapple. This is about an average medium apple. Or 300 grams of low sugar fruits like strawberries, raspberries, all different kinds of berries and melons. Of course, it is better to eat lots of volume, so I would prefer, or I prefer in general, low sugar fruits when I have to lose weight, so I eat lots of berries and melons and not so many bananas. Regarding fat sources, I definitely wouldn't have more than one serving size per meal, which are about 5 grams nuts or seeds or nut butter or 20 grams avocado, which isn't too much. If you can avoid them, then avoid them, because if you have lots of weight to lose, then you should just reduce as many calories as possible. However, I would recommend to supplement with essential fatty acids like omega-3 fatty acids. There are vegan EPA, DHA capsules you can get on Amazon, for example, because if you reduce your fat intake, you also don't get essential fatty acids. And of course, then I would fill up on vegetables, because vegetables, they have lots of volume, not so many calories, and they're really satiating. One serving size of vegetables, like cruciferous vegetables, for example, are 350 grams. So that are also vegetables you usually cook. Then if you have colorful vegetables, like carrots, bell peppers, for example, then the serving size is just 200 grams. And then I have also something like free veggies. That are the veggies that are really low in calories, that are really filling, and you need to eat them raw. And you can eat as many as you want. These are leafy greens like spinach, chard, lettuce, or celery stalks, or cucumber. Then when you put together your meals, the important thing is that the biggest part of your meal consists of vegetables. For example, you can have as many leafy greens as you want to be sure that you get really full, so you can use it for a large salad. Then you can have 200 colorful veggies on top, or 350 cooked other veggies. And then you have to have your portion of protein. And then if you want, you can have one serving size of starches and one serving size of fat. But you can also leave starch and fat serving sizes away. It may appear like a really low calorie diet to most of the people, but the thing is, people who are overweight or obese should lose as much weight as quickly as possible, at least in most of the cases. For this reason, I would go for a pretty low calorie diet at the beginning, but then after a significant weight reduction, I would set up the calories by increasing, for example, starch portion sizes, or fruit portion sizes, or fat portion sizes. Now my tips for people who want to lose some weight, not like super much, and don't want to count macros. The easiest way to go is just to reduce your current portion sizes. For example, if you use 2 tablespoons of oils as your salad dressing, just reduce it to 1. Just take half of the volume. It is especially important for all the high calorie foods like nuts, seeds, oils. If you just do like small reductions in volume, it can have a huge effect on your calorie balance. Because just 1 tablespoon of oil can have 100 to 135 calories. And that's why it is really important to be really careful with it. Another thing you can do, you can reduce your starch portion sizes. So if you ate, let's say, 2 cups of rice in your evening meal, you can just take 1 cup of rice and substitute the second one with vegetables. So you don't lose the volume, so you won't be too hungry because you don't eat enough volume. And you can reduce your calorie density of your meals. So for example, you can also substitute this other half cup of rice, or the other cup of rice, with a cauliflower rice. It's just grounded cauliflower you can cook, and you can mix it together with rice, so you don't feel that you're deprived or you change too much. So it's good to stick to the things you already know, just to do some small changes. Also here, I would recommend about 30 grams protein per meal, and as many veggies as possible, because if you want to lose weight, it is important that you aren't hungry. And veggies are great because they are low in calories, high in fiber, and here again I speak about fiber-rich veggies and not veggies that are high in starches. And then you can just add as many veggies as possible, so like lots of leafy greens, which you don't need to count, and maybe 1 serving of other vegetables, or even 2. You can have like 200 grams of colorful veggies and 350 grams of cooked cruciferous veggies, and then you should be actually pretty full. And another thing that is really important, and I think everyone should do who wants to lose weight, is cutting out most of the junk food or having it just on the rare occasions. So I would cut out any sweets that contain sugar. If you have a huge sweet tooth, then you could use some sweets that are made with artificial sweeteners and are low in calories. I have lots of great recipes in my meal plan, training plan and recipe package, so you can check it out. I will put the link into the description down below. And some of the desserts I have there, they're even 0 calories, like different jellies or fluffs. So you can definitely have sweets when you lose weight, because I have a huge sweet tooth as well, so I can't live without sweets. I just hate my life if I can't eat anything that is sweet. That's why I developed lots of recipes that are low in calories and still sweet, so I can have them when I lose weight. So just to recap again, what you need to do is just halve your portion sizes of fat and carbohydrates, like starchy carbohydrates, but also maybe sugary fruits like bananas, or just replace them by berries or even apples or peaches. Then have 30 grams protein per meal and eat as many fiber-rich veggies as possible, especially leafy greens or cucumber. I hope this video was useful. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer it. And see you very soon in my next video.